constant barrage that President Trump needs a legal team to begin with. He has been constantly attacked over and over with no evidence whatsoever other than contrary to the belief of other people and their testimony. This, combined with other developments this week, signaled Mueller's intensifying focus on the president's actions and statements. Yeah, because he has no evidence, ladies and gentlemen, none whatsoever. And he is desperate because if he doesn't come up with something soon, he should have already come up with something 6-8 months ago, but he hasn't. But President Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, described the coverage of Cohen's plea as hysterical, stressing that Mueller's probe has largely bagged guilty pleas for false statements without uncovering evidence of collusion with Russia during the campaign in 2016. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, they have nothing. It misses the point that once again, like Corsi leaked documents demonstrates, Mueller's crew has no evidence of collusion whatsoever. Along the way, however, he is keeping America safe, of course, from false statement makers or people with faulty memories or both. That's definitely true. President Trump came out with a tweet, "Oh, I get it. I am a very good developer, happily living my life when I see our country going in the wrong direction. To put it mildly, against all odds, I decided to run for president and continue to run my business very legally like and very cool." And he talked about it on the campaign trail. Lightly looking at doing a building somewhere in Russia, put up zero money, zero guarantees, and didn't do the project. Obviously, this is a witch hunt. The extent of Trump's legal exposure remains unclear. Cohen has proved to be an eager witness for Mueller because he's guilty of other things, probably, that have nothing to do with President Trump, and reportedly spent hours in interviews with Mueller's team. His long-standing close relationship with Trump has fueled speculation that he, far more than other investigative targets, could hold damning information on the commander-in-chief. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Is it ridiculous? Is it just hearsay? What do you think? Thank you for coming to the chat, Gabriel Swift. The vast majority of the mainstream media are pro-open borders, pro-globalism, and keep pushing this agenda, and that's why they hate President Trump. Well, the real reason they hate President Trump is they are going to be exposed for what they've been getting away with for decades, what they've been profiting at, and what they have been doing as far as their agenda against the human race, including the American people. Thank you, Gabriel. Franklin Taylor, thank you for coming to the chat. These double standards for the leftists have to stop. They get away with everything under the sun, and they push fake crimes on their opposition and give them weight. It is a bull pucky. Well, of course. They've been doing it for decades, ladies and gentlemen. We're just starting to wake up. I'm not dead. Thank you for coming to the chat from Wichita Falls. Trump was elected because of Liz Taylor and the JFK and Gemini conspiracies. I think, honestly, we were awoken from his campaign and his promises, which I still think he's not going to fall through on, hopefully, especially I think the biggest thing coming up with bipartisanship, with speaking to Pelosi and Schumer, are going to be the wall. Building the wall is necessary, right? Well, in other news here, the federal appeals court announced that it would hold a closed oral argument session in the middle of December to address a lawsuit apparently filed against special counsel Robert Mueller by an unidentified grand jury witness. Much of the detail is the case remains under sealed, and there has been intense speculation in the legal and political communities over the identity of the mystery appellate. They just want to know who it is, right? They don't need to know who it is. They just need to constantly be sued by the American people, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we need to do against special counsel Robert Mueller. If they're not going to take care of things on their own and they want this thing to just keep going and going and going, let the common American citizen sue special counsel Robert Mueller. How about that? Much of the detail of this case remains under closed doors. The speculation in some media has the President Trump himself that has filed the lawsuit back in August, but his attorney denied it. The suit could be related to a possible subpoena for the witness to appear before the federal grand jury impelled by Mueller. Well, let's ignore that subpoena, shall we? Because it looks like everyone else in government ignores subpoenas, don't they? What do you think? Pete Adasa, thanks for coming to the chat. What do we think, ladies and gentlemen? Well, this so-called case is not related to any case associated with President Trump or the confidant Roger Stone, who is resisting Mueller's subpoena. I would resist all day. I wouldn't go. I don't think that Mueller has any power whatsoever. I don't think he ever did have any power, but I know that he probably doesn't have any power left. Robin Gailey, good morning. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Because these so-called plea agreements makes it clear in my mind that someone like Cohen is cooperating with Mueller's team on any and all matters just because he has something in his closet that they're holding against him. I'm Not Dead states that the National Enquirer is America's free press. JFK is on the cover of Life magazine again. Well, it just so happens that, obviously, you probably know by now, President George W. Bush Sr. passed away. Not that that's joyful, but then again, who cares? Because I think the Bushes are the reason for a lot of the madness that has been going on for the past 100 years. Obviously, with Daddy Bush early on in the World War II scenarios, but who knows? I'm just one person, right? Patsy Abraham, thank you for coming to the chat. I don't think anything is going to happen to these monsters. Well, they're going to pass on just like all human beings do, and then they're going to reckon with the Creator. Carrie Mason says, this over the next week for Bush will be nauseating. Yes, they won't stop. It doesn't matter. Even Fox News is wham, wham, Bush. Oh my God, he was such a great person. So what? Move on. You know, everybody's going to have to go through it. How many people have transitioned or passed away in the last 24 hours besides, George W. Bush Sr.? Who cares? I don't care if he was a president. He's not any more important than anyone else. But that's the problem, isn't it? They put them on a pedestal, and they want us as sheep to believe every word they say.